Divisible by 25 episode.
This episode of Capes and Lunatics Sidekicks is brought to you by Tweaked Audio. To get awesome headphones, go to tweakedaudio.com and use the coupon code Southgate to get 30% off, free shipping, and a lifetime warranty. Or you can get there through the link on our website, southgatemediagroup.com.
This is Luca Parrish, and you are listening to the Capes and Lunatics Sidekicks Podcast.
What about our Quasar podcast, The Quantum Zone?
What about our Quasar podcast?
Wendell Vaughn, the first Earthman ever appointed protector of the universe. Bonded to the energy-transforming quantum bands that are both weapons and symbols of his station, he fights an ongoing battle to defend all life in the universe from cosmic evil as Quasar.
Hello and welcome back to the Quantum Zone, episode 120. That's right. I am Phil. Joining me as always, Master of the Quantum Zone.
I am Will. Hey, everyone.
And Master... We won't go there. I got nothing. Who are you?
Master of the airing out my farmer's tan shoulders, wearing a tank top on the video. Matt Kona, that's me.
Master of the Massachusetts arts.
Yeah.
Instead of the mystical arts, the Massachusetts arts.
Yeah. They're very vulgar. And not appropriate for this podcast.
I got some wicked awesome spells.
Spells that make you do things to yourself.
Whoa.
No, you like punch yourself in the face.
Oh, okay. But yeah, big Guardians of the Galaxy episode here because, like we said, we're going to be covering Guardians of the Galaxy 61 from the 90s. Keep that going. But I bought the first 3 issues. I think that's all that's been out so far of the current Guardians series. Why, you may ask? Well, Saturday, I was on a little podcast called Into the Night, a Moon Knight podcast, episode 150.
Special number. Congrats.
That's a big number, yeah.
Yeah. I think it goes up on either tomorrow or Thursday. But yes, Ray has hit 150 on his podcast. And me, him, and another podcaster, Saren, who I've never spoken to her before, but she was awesome. We could talk to Marvel editor Tom Brevoort. And, of course, got the chance to question him about all manner of things. So, of course, I asked him, hey, when's Quasar coming? And he said Mr. Al Ewing has some Quasar plans for upcoming issues of Guardians of the Galaxy. So,
all right, awesome.
Like I said, I read the first 3. I haven't seen them yet, but
we're going to be keeping our eyes that we're watching.
We're watching you, Al. Do not fail us. But I mean, it's like I said. I was going to take a break on Guardians of the Galaxy, but I mean, this series is pretty good. Darn it. I'm not going to just buy it. But look, we got Rocket in his Don Johnson suit.
Is it kind of continuing the storylines that, was it Donny Cates set up or?
I mean, it's kind of like, I think they do at least a couple months time jump because, Rocket's like had all his surgeries and stuff and he's all healed up and stuff. But I mean, I don't want to spoil too much, but yeah, like some of the team goes out on a mission, some stays behind. Supposedly the Guardians die, but we'll see how long that sticks.
There was some stuff set up specifically with Quasar and Avril that hasn't really paid off, right?
Yeah, like I said, no sign of him yet. No mention of Quasar. Well, there's like in the first issue, Nova comes to get them for like a mission, and like he needs help, and he's like, "Oh, there's really not much of a Nova Corps left." I'm like, "Why don't you go get Quasar?"
You guys are buds.
We're the Silver Surfer.
See, and I'm out of it. I kind of was vaguely aware that Richard Rider had come back as Nova, but I
think him
didn't really know how.
I think he and Sam Alexander are kind of running around. because that's what he even says. He's like, I'd go to the Nova Corps, but it's pretty much me and Sam now.
No. That's something that's always annoyed me. It's writers spend time building them up.
Mm-hmm.
And then the first thing that, a new writer will come in and do is, let's just kill them all off. They did it with the Green Lantern Corps. They do it with the Nova Corps. It's been done. Leave it alone. Do something else, right?
Oh my Lord. And that, because it's funny you mentioned the whole Green Lantern thing. Cause, we'll get there when we talk Ron Mars, but, I was listening to an old interview with Denny O'Neil because Denny O'Neil passed away this.
Mm-hmm. It was sad. Sad to hear.
Oh yeah, but he was talking about they did the whole Cal Rayner thing because they said Hal's sales numbers were plummeting at that point.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yep, and then and then Kyle was Green Lantern for what? I'll straight up tell you, Hal Jordan is probably one of my favorite. He's my second favorite character, barring obviously, Matt Kona. But
nice. He is a character.
It was nice. Green Lantern Rebirth was one of those series that I'd waited a decade for. Don't get me wrong.
It was good, yeah.
Kyle Rayner is a good character, but he's not. He wasn't written for me, and he wasn't marketed to me, and that's okay because never everything has to be for me. But when they brought Hal back, that was for me.
I like Kyle Rayner. He's probably my favorite Green Lantern. But Jeff Johns writes a hell of a Hal Jordan.
And Grant Morrison's been doing a pretty good job too. That series is.
I love that series because that's what I've been waiting for the longest time for Hal to be back on Earth.
Mm-hmm.
I like the space stuff, but I like when they mix it up when they have him in space half the time, and then they have him punching guys in the face on Earth. So,
yeah, you prefer Hal on Earth. Hal on Earth.
Yeah, Hal the time. Kona's out in full force, people. But Brevoort said Quasar's coming in Guardians of the Galaxy, and I did talk to him a little bit. Again, go listen to Into the Night 150. By the time this hits the podcast, it'll be up. But he worked with Mark Grunwald.
Oh,
because I was like, oh, can you tell me like a good story about Grunwald or whatever? And he's like, it's all stories, man. He's like, like that image you have of the Marvel bullpen, where everyone's wacky and having a great time. He's like, that was Mark Grunwald. He was a master prankster. He had this encyclopedic knowledge of comics and stuff,
Oh yeah, that I've heard that Mark Waid knows more about DC continuity and DC characters and DC stories than anybody on the planet. Except for Mark Grunwald.
Yeah. I was going to say, I think at Marvel, Grunwald was the guy everyone went to when they had a question about continuity or history. Yeah. Oh, that's the other thing from that Denny O'Neil, because Denny O'Neil was talking to Kevin Smith. I think he said, he's like, when Denny O'Neil did that run, the first time Rhodey took over as Iron Man, when he Stark fell off the wagon hard.
Yeah.
Well, Denny was even saying in this interview, he's like half the credit should go to Mark Grunwald. He's like, we would just sit and write out these, he'd help me write out the stories and stuff. So Grunwald was involved in that Iron Man story also. So
yeah, and as much love as I have for Mark Grunwald, he was responsible for removing Roger Stern from the Avengers, which was just a gut punch at the time. So, what could have been,
Yeah.
That's the Undersea, the Mansion Siege, and then the Assault on Olympus storylines are just, that's something that Stern had been building up for. And you had John Buscema on doing the art.
Mm-hmm.
This was an awesome team, but oh well, nobody's perfect.
It was an all right team. It was pre-Quasar.
Yeah, it was. That's true.
But yeah, like I said, Guardians is good. Pick it up because supposedly Quasar is coming in this Guardians series.
Awesome.
Hope they do the character credit. So yeah, Into the Night. We talked to Brevoort. Yeah, like I said, I'm just scratching the surface with the Quasar and the Grunwald stuff. Go, it was, I think it was it at least an hour? Yeah, it was like really good interviews. So check out Into the Night episode 150. But
Very cool.
And without revealing your picks, I have done an Isle of Ra Into the Night. Matt Kona has done an Isle of Ra. Guess who's next, people?
That would be me. I've had to pick my 4 Desert Island comics, and it was very, very difficult.
I told you the trick. Pick the biggest books you can.
Well, I did kind of go with that too. But, I won't reveal them here, of course, but I did put the runners up in my newsletter, The Midnight Hour, and I'm gonna
subscribe.
Yeah, so subscribe to that, but also I'm gonna talk about like 1 or 2 of those issues over the next several weeks, just because why I put them on there, because somebody's gonna look at that and say, okay, cool. I get that it wasn't on your top 4 list, but what the heck is Marvel Team Up 123?
No,
are you nuts? I'm like, well, I probably am, but that story hit me, when I was 10 or 11, and it just has such a kind of a brutal, bleak ending to it that it was like, whoa, this is Spider-Man and Daredevil teaming up to fight, who is the stupid character?
Hold on, I don't know if I'm familiar with this one. Oh wait, here I'm pulling up the cover.
It wasn't Turner D Century.
No, it was not. It was he's a fire character.
Yeah, I know. Wait, I had a blurry cover. Solar,
that's right. Yeah,
2 R's.
Yeah, Solar.
So evil. Take him 2 R's. I don't know if I read that one, so that one's pretty good then.
I think it's well done. I don't think it's probably one of the best comics ever done, but it's one that has stuck with me for many, many years. Just the ending of it.
Huh. Yeah, I'm gonna have to read that now. See, I don't think I've read that. I love Spider-Man and Daredevil.
Yeah, I mean, it's really kind of offbeat because they're at a hospital, and yeah, I'll just let you read it, and that's definitely one I'm going to talk about.
Because at first I thought you were saying 113, and I was like, oh yeah, of course. I was like, oh no, wait, he said 123.
No, 123. Yeah,
it's not the 113s that Matt Kona has plastered on his walls.
I have them somewhere. I used to have a bunch. I would mail them to listeners who left a review. Now people can just leave Apple Podcast reviews for free anyway, because I don't know where they are. I think I might have 1 or 2 left, but I moved. It involves so much digging. But I do have an essential collection of the Marvel team-ups. Let me see if 123 is in there. 123, you said?
Yeah, it's 123.
123.
It was just this really kind of offbeat story. Daredevil has this. I'll just let you read it. It's just be awesome. It was awesome to me as a child.
Like I said, I'm gonna have to read it because I love both those characters.
I mean, and some of the others that didn't make the cut. Like For the Man Who Has Everything, the Superman annual story by Alan Moore and Dave Gibbons.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great story. Alan Moore is just. I love like issue 3 of Tom Strong. He basically has a full issue that's kind of devoted to the prisoner's dilemma.
Mm-hmm.
Do you trust or do you, turn on? And it's just, it's brilliantly done.
Oh yeah, Alan Moore. I mean, Watchmen.
V for Vendetta.
Yeah, I mean, he made
Swamp Thing run.
I was gonna say he made Swamp Thing like a major player. Yeah.
Yeah, in fact, I think Swamp Thing 40 is on my runner-up list too.
Oh, he created John Constantine.
This was the werewolf story.
Oh yeah. But I was gonna say, yeah, he created.
Yeah, he also created John Constantine. Yeah.
Oh yeah, me and Lil covered that werewolf.
Which was
at certain time of the month when women turn into werewolves.
It was. I mean, it was just brilliant. He is. Every time you read something by him, you learn something. Like, wow, how did he do that? How did he even think about that? I mean. And for me, I prefer V for Vendetta over Watchmen just because Watchmen is so bleak.
Yeah.
But I love his ABC comics, America's Best Comics line, just because it was him. He ushered in that era of darkness and grimness and bleakness, and then this was him trying to do something to build. And Tom Strong was just great. I mean, Chris Sprouse on art was just phenomenal. And then Tomorrow Stories was, I felt, probably the weakest, but then Promethea was amazing. I mean, it was just mind-blowing. And then Top 10 has some really, really cool issues in it too. I mean, there's so many good comics. Picking your top 4 that are not trade paperbacks.
Exactly. Exactly. That's why I even said to him before, I'm like, I'll come out and do a second one. I'm like, I can definitely pick, because I tried to show my love for Marvel and DC, so I did 2 and 2. So, but I'm like, I can come back and do more.
Yeah, what were your top 4? I need to go back and listen to that episode.
It was Detective Comics 600, Flash 79, by Wade. With Reverse Flash, Daredevil 300, all the Kingpin, and Captain America 350.
Oh, John Walker, yeah.
The end of that one, yep. So
Nice.
all oversized issues, yes. And then Kona's, Kona had some DC in there too.
I split it. I split the vote 2 and 2 as well. Let's see.
Well, I know you
I have
did
to go back to my message with Ray, but I don't remember if
I remember that DC you did Return of Superman. What was that? Superman 82.
Yeah. The Return of Superman. I did. I think it was near the end of Night Quest. Azrael fighting Robin.
Oh, what?
It was a Detective Comics.
Yeah, was it the one with one of the ones with the Trigger twins? Was it like 660?
Yeah.
Yes. Like 667 or something. Oh yeah, he made Ray do a
Batman.
Me and Kona both made Ray do a
Nice. I should have thought of that. Year 1.
I'm trying to remember. I'm trying to remember your 2 Marvels.
I did a double-sided Thor. I think it was 450.
Yeah.
Yeah, with Masterson, and it was like right.
So that would have been DeFalco and Friends, right?
Right. Yeah, and I did. I think it was Amazing Spider-Man 365 with the hologram cover.
Oh yeah.
We didn't get into the preview of Spider-Man 2099 at the end, but stuck to the regular stuff.
Very cool.
The Lizard.
Yeah. Yeah. Lizard, and a really good kind of history of Spider-Man article that was pretty long and in depth. That was worth a read in that one too.
Who was I don't ever know if I'm pronouncing the name correctly. David Michelini, whatever. Was he the writer of that at that point?
Oh, Michelini. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I think he might.
He did like a long run on the Amazing Spider-Man. I think it was like from like 290 something to like,
which includes McFarlane, Larson on art, and Bagley.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
He went. I think he went like right before. I think he was maybe like, what was it, like couple issues before that? Venom and Amazing 300. He went all the way up to the Clone Saga, I think.
Yeah, and he was responsible with like Bob Layton and John Romita Jr. for a lot of those
Iron Man,
awesome Iron Man issues. Yeah, but the Demon in a Bottle and all of those really cool jet-setting Tony Stark super spy kind of issues that are in an omnibus back over there somewhere.
Oh yeah, they did a good job. They nailed it. Man, we're all over the place tonight.
We are. Oh, speaking of all over the place, I heard somebody's favorite character had been killed off screen in a movie.
Oh yeah, that All right. I'm giving myself one tonight. All right, that son of a bitch, Snyder said he confirmed the Robin. You see that Robin costume in was that Batman v Superman, or is it Justice League? I don't know. There's a Robin suit in a case, and he confirmed it's Dick Grayson. Yeah, that's right. Kill off the bright, shiny hope of the. Yeah, we know you like it dark, Snyder.
It wasn't Dick Grayson. That continuity is going away.
I mean, I was
something
thrilled
else.
with the Snyder cut coming anyway, but
The Snyder cut was across Robin's throat.
Oh, Kona.
No rib.
No, I was gonna say, but Snyder can suck a big.
They big units.
Like a millimeter.
That's Snyder cut.
That's a unit.
Well, what did Ray say there? They're staying in Australia instead of staying six feet apart, social distancing. I think he said it was 1.5 to stay alive.
Yes.
Yeah,
1.5.
right. Yeah. Because we can't do the metric system here.
Marca. Who knows? Who knows what the future will bring? I mean, getting rid of Confederate flags and NASCAR. What's next?
No beer at football games. I don't know.
I was gonna say
beer everywhere.
Right.
Will's neighbors can't fly that Confederate flag. I mean, what's that?
We are in the South, but hopefully that's not around here, unfortunately, which is a good thing, a very good thing.
Yeah.
All right, should we get to this issue?
Let's do it.
All right, so again, yes, Guardians of the Galaxy 61 from June 1995.
June of 95.
Oh, and we're in June of 2020 now.
25 years later.
This is the special 25-year anniversary of Guardians of the Galaxy 61. Haven't seen a lot of retrospectives out there, but
I know. I mean, why doesn't everybody know this? This is just that.
I forgot to do the thing. The realm of the future and a timeline divergent to the known Marvel universe. Yeah, we do this every episode now. Has undergone the debilitating War of the Worlds and destructive Badoon invasion. In response, a group of survivors has joined forces, except when they go their separate ways, to protect the cosmos of the 31st century. These last couple issues are weird because all the Guardians are kind of scattered about,
Mm.
Yeah. Near the end of their run.
It's not like a big mission. They're just all off doing their own thing.
Yeah, this series kind of went out with a whimper, not necessarily a bang. I mean, I think 4 issues dedicated to Quasar and the Quantum Bands are pretty bangy, but
I mean, that's what right. This is, but it's just it's like the characters were told around issue 55 or 56. Oh, hey, we're canceling your book. Yeah, okay, we're just gonna do whatever. What the hell we want?
Gonna go do it 4 issues of Quasar then. See you guys.
Yeah.
Let Starhawk go and Jerry Springer find his father. All right, so title: Father, why have you forsaken me? I guess we'll find out. Writer E.M. Gallagher. Was that the same writer?
M. Gallagher.
M. Gallagher. S. Montano. S. Stein. M. Grunwald.
K. West Penciler. Yeah. M. Grunwald. J. Rosen letterer. C. and S. E. C. Anderson editor.
Special phonetic edition.
A phonetic edition, that's right.
All right, so first page, we see a giant Ghost Rider attacking Starhawk.
Not cosmic Ghost Rider.
Don't tell him his identity. No, I look like Starhawk's falling into the mouth of a giant skull. Wow,
he's dropping on the jaw. Usually it's jaws that are dropping. No?
Gonna need a bigger boat for these jokes.
Yeah.
Get it, Jaws.
Or Starhawk is about to floss with his forearm.
Man, talking about the gun show. But 90s physique. Okay, so yeah, he's fallen into the mouth of the skull while thinking, I am Starhawk. By briefly wearing the quantum bands, I discovered that my biological sire was the 20th century hero Quasar, who was killed centuries ago at the Arbogate, the intergalactic nexus point of abolition. So they're not allowed to drink?
I guess.
Oh, that's prohibition, never mind.
The Abrogate sounds like a speakeasy.
Yeah, sir.
What's the password, Vaughn Security? All right, come in.
What's? Oh no. What's the password?
Funky. Oh yeah.
Long-term fans, you'll get that. In a couple of months, we'll get it again. I journeyed there only to repeat my father's fate. I have been disseminated and absorbed. I am dead.
1 second here. I am in the wrong place. Seat issues number 59 and 60. Thanks, Craig Anderson.
So we see Starhawk rematerializing. The bizarre ethereal passage concludes. I have arrived, but where? Moons of Arcturus. What manner of place is this? Because we see him sitting in the White Room.
Yep. Looks like the worst Thanksgiving dinner ever. It's about to happen.
And it still doesn't have black curtains.
I knew you couldn't resist. I knew it.
It looks like a bunch of Moon Knights are hanging out in there.
I know, because their hoods are up. Weren't there? I was
Yeah.
gonna say, was anyone besides Quasar's hood down the last time?
I don't. No, I think all the hoods were up in the actual Quasar issues.
Maybe.
I mean, we could see their faces, but I think the hoods were up. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
All right. So who wants to be this Moon Knight?
That's actually someone that you need to read.
Oh,
Probably.
that's right. That's right. Calm yourself, newcomer. You have taken up residence within the White Room. And Starhawk's like, I do not understand. Are all assembled here dead? There are many theories concerning that question. You may join us in pondering the answer for all eternity. Talk about your commitments.
Or maybe just an eon.
Oh. Your hood retracts. You are Wendell Vaughn, otherwise known as Quasar, the first Earth, as you heard in the introduction, the first Earthman appointed protector of the universe. We are all former protectors here. Wearing the quantum bands is the sole prerequisite to gain entry into the White Room.
You want Andwella, or you want me to? We've got 3 other protectors here.
Right. You could be her and
Okay.
not her. But, you know.
You must have given.
Not yet.
You must have given in to the temptation. For that presumption, you are now join us in unending perdition.
You are wrong, Andwella. This is not punishment. It is Mulcanaris, heaven, a reward for those of us who serve the highest purpose.
No, Wakandar. This purgatory. Rock? More to come.
As you see, stranger, the hypotheses vary, but one thing is certain. None of us can move from our seats.
Starhawk begs to differ as he rises out of his seat.
Impossible.
Wasn't this the same argument they were having in the Quasar issue? Is this purgatory?
It's been going on for a while.
Yeah. So,
About 1,000 years or so.
yeah. All right. So Starhawk gets up, walks over, puts his hand on Quasar's shoulder. Not the one whose power comes from elsewhere. Rise and accompany me, Quasar. For the first time since I can remember, I can move. Listen, Wendell Vaughn, I shall be departing soon. Are there any messages you need relayed? Have you a wife or children? My child? Let me tell you the story of my offspring.
Wow, that's almost like the reason we came here.
It was at the turn of the 20th century on Earth during the height of the War of the Worlds.
Which took place in the Guardians alternate timeline that diverted from mainstream Marvels in Marvel 2-in-1 number 69. Thank you, Craig.
You're welcome, Lilith Hellfire. Oh, yeah. Isn't that where it diverged? Wasn't it because of Vance Astro?
Yep, he gives his younger self powers. Makes him emerge at that point instead of.
And the younger version doesn't go into space. So, yeah.
Yeah.
So that one joins the New Warriors instead of going into space. That joined the Guardians as 1,000 years later. While most superheroes held the fort in New York, I was compelled to protect the Midwest, specifically my hometown of Oshkosh, Wisconsin. Okay. The Martian tripods were ubiquitous. They seemed to be everywhere at once. The onslaught was overwhelming. Many of Earth's most powerful defenders were killed. Still others were reported missing without explanation. There was no time for analysis. Citizens were being slaughtered by the thousands. I rounded up what survivors I could find, because it looks like he's making a big quantum platform for people, and brought them to the local high school where a combination hospital and morgue was set up. Inside, I found her. She was cocooning the latest victims to prevent the spread of disease. This was my loyal and beloved companion who had joined me in my attempt to defend my native soil. Kismet. So what did you? Her Kismet. Come on. My mother and sister. Were you able to?
I could not restore them. The wounds were mortal. The astral spirits had departed. I'm so sorry. I tried. Oh, Wendell, my cosmic physiology is depleted. I can no longer continue.
It's all right, kid. We've been at this for 2 weeks nonstop. No wonder you're exhausted.
No, it's not that. I've discovered that I'm pregnant.
You're what? Oh my God, she fainted. Kismet, what should I do? We can't leave.
But I won't let the Martians kill my unborn child. You're all the family I have left. Heaven help me. I don't have any choice.
Quantum jump.
Yeah.
So there. I've quantum leaped halfway across the galaxy.
Wow, he didn't make a.
Where's Al?
He didn't make a quantum orange vest.
Yeah.
Oh boy. I know this is a selfish choice, but I can't ignore my heart. I must be the protector of my own universe before I can concentrate on the greater one. With luck, I'll be able to return to Earth in a short time and continue to help battle the Martians. But first, to the planet below. Vesper, where the intergalactic Sisters of Mercy accommodate females of all species that require special attention. So intergalactic Paradise Island. Okay.
So I have a question.
Hmm.
Kismet just basically said that she's so in the space of about 30 seconds, she said, your mother and your sister are dead and I'm pregnant.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got some good news and I got some bad news.
Also, the Oshkosh Bagosh factory has been destroyed. The number one export for that region of Wisconsin.
For Oshkosh.
I love how he's like not defending New York or some big city, where there's like millions of people. Yeah, Oshkosh, what's the population there? Probably a couple thousand.
I mean, that's where most of the alien abductions take place, right? In the center of the U.S.
Maybe. I mean, if you want to should have grabbed the mom and sister, and they all could have went wherever. All right, sisters.
All right.
Oh, sorry.
I gasp. You can be the talking sister.
Okay. Welcome, stranger. Let us help you bring your mate inside.
And soon, after Kismet's in bed, isn't that how this whole thing started? She seems better.
You were wise to bring her to Vesper. Know that we shall attend her every need.
Thank you. I must go now.
No, my son. I sense your depleted strength. You must rest here a while.
But I refused, even though I knew the Mother Superior was right. Instead, I vaulted into space and quantum leaped again. Well, must have fixed whatever he had to in time. Hoping each time that his next leap was to leap home. But in my fatigued state, I made a costly miscalculation and emerged at the Arbogate. The bizarre creature that is the access point took my sudden appearance as an assault and instantly retaliated. I was ill prepared for the ensuing barrage of diametric energies that engulfed me. There was no escape. I was killed. The Arbogate, that is where I met my demise as well. Then you know nothing of the child that Kismet bore? No, nor have I ever had the desire to over the last 1,000 years. Wow, damn. But surely don't you see, without my quantum bands, Earth lost the War of the Worlds. And don't call me Shirley. My personal weakness caused millions of deaths and forever changed galactic history. For that, I endure enough guilt. Any awareness of my progeny would only shame me further. There's nothing more to say as he puts his hood back up and sits in the chair. As you wish, Quasar. And Starhawk's making a fist, and then he throws out a blast. However, I do not wish to sit idly by when the universe needs protection now more than ever. By the power of the Hawk God, this white room shall hold me no longer. Oh, look, is he burning those curtains? They might be black now. Krakatoa. Toe.
You can take him, Matt.
Oh, okay. This curtain is breached.
Yes, and beyond it lies the living starscape of reality. I was not a chosen protector, but by wearing the bands briefly, they provided me the energies to cheat death and arrive here. But I'll not participate in your mournful, sedentary society. I forsake it, and invite any or all of you to join me. So he flies out of the curtain. Quasar saying, he is gone. The rift begins to close. I suppose this encounter was inevitable. Wouldn't you agree?
So it would seem. But to what end?
That is unclear, but I shall now pass the time contemplating meeting my son. You might do well to ponder the current actions of your child as well, Eon.
Indeed. His agenda begins to disturb me.
Back in real space, Starhawk. The portal fuses itself. The gateway to the white room is gone. And with it, my father. Is this how my quest ends? Unfulfilled yet again? I say no! There is still one piece of my primary puzzle missing. As he's flexing those pecs. And he's flying off. And her name is Kismet.
And Kismet's name is her. Who's on first?
Oh, look. He says both their names in that box. He says, and her name is Kismet.
Yeah.
I must know if she still lives. I shall push my light speed powers to the maximum and beyond. So, to infinity. A short time later, Vesper. There may be many gaps in my cognizance during this incarnation, but the one who knows is aware that the nunnery still functions. Kismet was a self-regenerative metahuman. DC would like a word with you. She could still reside here in exile. If not, the sisters will know of her fate. Therefore, I shall...
You want me to be this transformer?
Oh, yeah, go for it.
I am a pathbreaker, installed 300 years ago to deny access to unauthorized trespassers. You will be destroyed.
To be
Not assimilated.
to be concluded next issue in more ways than one.
Now, how that's harsh, man. That's so
Yeah.
harsh.
It all ends next episode
Yeah.
because the Guardians were coming to it. So, thoughts, gentlemen?
I,
Why rack up some Australian feedback?
yeah, these don't feel as dense as a normal issue. I know the stories, they're only 16-page stories instead of 22. But there's not a lot of panels per page. I mean, they just seem to be kind of flying through them,
Yeah.
But hey, it's good to see Quasar.
Yeah, we get to see gruff-looking, unshaven Quasar. Pretty interesting, not just the figure of the father figure in a vision or something. We got to see Quasar in action and rescuing Kismet in a little bit of the White Room.
Well, you said he was looking rough, but I was like, he's been sitting there for 1,000 years. He's got that Millennium Shadow.
It's true.
All right, so
0500 Shadow. Stardate Shadow.
Oh, that's right. Check out our. You can still check out the first episode of our Star Trek podcast on our Patreon. So please go there and give us money.
It's the best Star Trek episode we've done yet.
In the backup story with Talon, it mentions that the Guardians of the Galaxy are currently disbanded. See issue number 58.
Oh.
Yeah, see, they quit before the series even ended.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy, isn't it?
It's just like when a band has a few albums left on their contract, so they just put out some B-sides and a live set from like 5 years ago. Maybe we'll do a covers album. Yeah.
Is that how we got this Quasar story? Was the writer like, okay, I know we're getting canceled. I put the team up. Oh, we still need like 4 more issues. Ah, son of a.
What else was canceled? All right.
Hey, here's Quasar. Let's do that.
Yeah.
Let's knock up Kismet. Yeah. All right. You guys want to hear what Ray had to think about this?
Of course.
You bet.
All right. Must be good. 3 minutes and 50 seconds. Here's Ray from Into the Night, a Moon Knight podcast, soon now celebrating 150 episodes. By the time you hear this, probably more. All right. Take it away, Mr. Skrull.
Hey, Phil, Will, and Matt. This is Ray, dropping in some thoughts for Guardians of the Galaxy number 61, or should I just call it Starhawk number 61? Yeah. So anyway, some quick points on this. I'll try to do them in bullet point form. The first one for me was number one. To get it out of the way, Starhawk. Still looking jacked to the nines. He's oldest ever. So full credit to the artist there, and also a little nod to Gallagher for the story. It really seems he's picked up from where Grunwald had left off or had tried to establish for Quasar. And that kind of leads into what I found was really cool was the White Room, to see that again. And I'm so glad to have read the earlier Quasars to understand what that was. And it was nice to see Quasar in there, and understandably so. I mean, he was one of the protectors of the universe. So that was pretty cool. The second point I thought was cool was finding out that it was Kismet, who, is the mother of Starhawk. So a nice little flashback there, a little recap of the War of the Worlds of Wendell losing his mum and sister. But yeah, so to find out that Kismet's the mum is pretty cool too. Also, I guess the last, was it the Peacemaker or the Pathfinder or something? Pure 90s at the end. Just, a generic kind of cybernetic thing with a lot of accoutrement hanging off it. to make it look really detailed. So that was a little bit of fun, a bit dated.
Rom Space
for its
Knight was
time.
busy.
But yeah, largely a huge Starhawk issue again. Now, my question, I guess also, because I don't know much of Starhawk other than the little things which I mentioned before. So do you guys know much about his power set? Like he talks of the Hawk God. I'm not sure where that factors into it. And then how does that kind of link into his own physiology of being, well, he'd be half human, but he'd be half whatever it is that her / Kismet
Silicon.
is. So he would be inherently powerful in his own right, I would imagine. But yeah, what's the deal with him getting in cahoots with the Hawk God? So I'm not too sure about that. I'm hoping you guys can enlighten me on that. But yeah, pretty fun issue. Went by pretty quickly. I read the backup with Talon. Pretty stock standard, I thought. And yeah, I remember Rancor being the descendant of Wolverine. So that was fun to see. I actually got my memory all jumbled up. I think she thought she was part of the Guardians back in the day, but it wasn't. And correct me if I'm wrong as well. I still have this bugging feeling that Talon. Okay, was there a female member of the Guardians that was kind of like Talon? Have I misinterpreted somewhere? I have a sneaking suspicion, but I could be thinking of Rancor. I'm not too sure. Anyway, keen to hear your thoughts as always, and yeah, I'll be reading along. Cheers.
I don't know. There was Nikki,
Yeah.
right? But that's not.
I was gonna say
I don't-
he's not thinking of what's her face, Farrell from X-Force, is he?
No.
maybe. I mean, and then Alita was the only other female Guardian, right?
I think, or unless Yellow Jacket.
Oh yeah, that's right. 'Cause she was here at that point. Yeah. Oh, and for the record, the last issue of Quasar number 60 has a cover date of July of 1994,
Oh,
and the issue that we just read came out in June of 95. So,
you're after.
kind
Hmm.
of cool.
150 no. Don't want to think of it. So, hold on. So yeah, I mean, I'm gonna look this up in a second. But what about Starhawk's power set? I know, like he keeps reliving his life, so he has all this knowledge. But
Yeah, I don't remember for sure, but so chronology wise, the Guardian showed up without Starhawk, I think, in that Marvel premiere, Marvel Superheroes, and then when they showed up in, I think it was Defenders next, they had Starhawk with them to try to prevent, I guess, the Badoon or something. And come on, say it with me, guys. Isn't Badoon just fun to say? It's just Badoon. But I think they went to the Avengers, and then after the Avengers, they had their own pseudo series kind of in Marvel Premiere for like 9, 10, 12 issues or something like that.
yeah, something like that.
And then they came back to the 20th century again because of the Korvac saga, I think. And then they crossed, that's when Vance Astro diverged the timelines, right?
Mhm.
And then after that, I think they kind of just sit around until, Valentino and team rebooted them or brought them back in Guardians of the Galaxy #1. There may be a few other appearances here and there, but maybe they were in the Defenders a couple of times, but I don't really remember the Hawk God stuff coming into play in those early issues, but I could be mistaken. I think that was kind of in the Guardians series itself. You know, the 80s, the late 80s, 90s series of Guardians.
But yeah, it's Wikipedia is saying his abilities are invulnerability, energy manipulation, flight, and precognition. The true extent of Starhawk's powers is unknown, but they are said to be immense in nature. He has an incredibly long lifespan, possibly inherited from his mother or due to his empowerment by the Hawk God.
No
Starhawk-
credit to Daddy. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, come on, man.
Starhawk. Hey, I'm a nice guy. Starhawk can manipulate light to create concussive force blasts of photonic energy, heat, and solid light constructs. I mean, I didn't know those quantum bands were genetic.
Yeah.
He can also fly at the speed of light by tapping anti-gravitons and survive in the vacuum of space. When he taps into Alita's powers when merged with her, because yeah, they used to merge, can also generate solid constructs of light. His natural senses, especially eyesight, are enhanced to a superhuman degree. In addition, his powers give him extra sensory sensitivity to energy patterns and fluctuations in his environment, and he can track energy trails across intergalactic distances. And he has superhuman strength and durability because, you know, the physique. And he can enhance these further by reinforcing his body with light energy. On one occasion, he was able to engage in hand-to-hand combat with the Thunder God Thor. He has an immunity to most known diseases and radiation sickness. So yeah, he's pretty strong, Ray. He can arm wrestle Thor. Pretty much.
I am looking in the Marvel Chronology Project, and I am not finding the Hawk God. So
Hawkman's lawyers will deal with him. Is Starhawk kind of a ripoff of Hawkman? I mean, Hawk God, reincarnation.
I don't know. I mean, it was Steve Gerber, maybe the creator of the Guardian, who wrote that.
Well, yeah, I think it said Starhawk. Yeah, Steve Gerber created Starhawk. I almost said Kona's favorite character, Darkhawk.
Century. I don't think there was. There's not a female version of Talon, but he does look kind of gender ambiguous. But
yeah, it looks like
how Talon's being drawn sometimes.
Looks like Arnold Drake with artist Gene Colan. The group debuted in Marvel Superheroes number 18 in January of '69.
You're welcome.
Wow.
Oh, but yes, yeah, because of course Hawkman first appeared in Flash Comics number 1 in 1940, so Hawkman was way before Starhawk.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of Hawkman, that Jeff Johns series where he was writing it, that was really good for quite a while.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a series going on now. I come in and out of it, but yeah, he's writing it, but yeah, like they've upped the ante where it's like, remember where he was reincarnating and stuff each lifetime. Now they're saying, you know, not all, yeah, he's still reincarnating, but not all his lives were on Earth. Like he lived a lifetime on Krypton. It's kind of like a karma thing because like one of his, I guess his first life, he was like a kind of like a warlord, and like him and a bunch of his buddies were just like killing, like they would just go out and slaughter people. So now he has to, like, you know, for every life he saves, it's kind of like, I guess,
trying to balance the scales.
Yeah, I don't know if the reincarnation ends when he saves as many lives as he's taken.
Okay, let's see here. It looks like they appeared next in '74 in Marvel 2-in-1 numbers 4 and 5. Steve Gerber liked him, so he used him in Giant Size Defenders 5 and then Defenders 26 through 29, which is in 75. Other heroes such as Captain America, Thing Defenders against the alien Badoon. Badoon, I just like saying that. So cool. Badoon. Okay, yeah, they were finally given their own series in Marvel Presents, starting with issue 3, with Steve Gerber still writing. Dave Cockrum. That's pretty awesome. X-Men.
Yep.
The series was canceled shortly after. Final issue was 12, Marvel Presents number 12. Then they showed up in Thor Annual, the Avengers 167 through 177. That's the Korvac Saga. Marvel Team Up, Marvel 2 in 1.
Yeah, I don't think they appeared like in what? Yeah, like Marvel's, was it Marvel Superheroes? Yeah, they didn't actually get a book called Guardians of the Galaxy till this series, right?
Exactly. Yeah, and the number of appearances, they probably appeared 30, 40 times before they got, from 69 until they got their series. I mean, it was not a lot of issues.
Yeah, during the Korvac Saga.
Mm-hmm.
Aren't they considered like or is it honorary Avengers or something?
I think so. Yeah, at the time, I think they were considered honorary because in the Korvac Saga, I've always been a little bit weirded out by the ending of that because they stopped him. But Moondragon was like, "Oh, but he would have made everything great. I'm going to make sure that you think it was a great win." But it kind of was. So maybe I need to reread that. I don't know. It's been a while since I've read that.
Oh, yeah, me too. All right. So, anything else?
No, not from me.
All right. Yeah. Next week, the conclusion of the Guardians of the Galaxy series. Oh no, I was looking at the schedule while we were talking. Will was like, "Oh, look, we're coming up on a big episode. It's divisible by 5 or whatever. Because I think if I counted right, I think 125 is going to be Quasar 47.
Oh yeah,
the first part of that team up. Yes.
Yeah, that's cool.
125. It's the band's back.
There we go.
And don't tell Ray he does something not nice to a Skrull.
Well, I mean,
he deserved it.
He also does something pretty nice for the Skrull too,
Oh yeah. He doesn't pull William Wesley. Yeah.
That's right.
All right. So yes, send us your thoughts. We got one more issue of Guardians of the Galaxy. Then we got a nice long run of Quasar from Quasar 44 through 53. So send in all your thoughts. Don't let Ray hog all the fun. Email us capesandlunatics@gmail.com. Call the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38-CAPES. And follow the Quantum Zone on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Follow all of our stuff, even links to the YouTube, all of it, all in one convenient place. That's Linktree, linktr.ee/capesandlunatics. No black curtains. And remember, I knew you couldn't resist. And remember, sponsors: Tweaked Audio, Hunter Killer, Pod Life the Book, Volume 1, now in digital and paperback. And when you do your shopping, use the link down there. Oh, I'm going to go on Amazon soon. I'm going to use the link. Do all your Amazon shopping. Use the link for Southgate Media Group right down there in the show notes. Help support this show, the network, and Rob Master Doom Southgate.
Go back and look at my history, and you will find out I am right so much more often than I'm wrong. Mark my words.
Maddie Kona, where can people find you?
You can find me in a white room with no curtains right now. Now this isn't my line, but there's a band from Boston called Piebald, and they had a great album title called "If It Wasn't for Venetian Blinds, It Would Be Curtains for Us All." I'm at Matt Kona. Matt Kona, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I'm around. I'm hanging out. Come say hi.
I just love like anytime like Lilith makes like a pun anymore, she's either like that's worthy of Kona, or she's like, watch out, Kona, I'm coming for you.
I have to
Plenty
admit
to go around.
that was an awesome build up, man. Bravo.
Yes. All right. Will Allred, master of the Quantum Zone and upcoming resident of Isla Ra with the rest of us. Where can people find
you can find me at WALLRED on Twitter, or just Wallred in general, at Gmail and Twitter and Facebook and all those places. You can also find my self-published work, Diary of Night. There it is, all nice and pretty. At diaryofnight.com. And you can find all kinds of cool stuff about Quasar at quantumzone.org.
Yes. And aren't you working on a new project also?
I am. I've got, I'm almost finished with our 8-page pitch package. It's called Crossovers. And the artist is phenomenal, Pablo Martinena. I'm probably mispronouncing that. But I let the cat out of the bag in the newsletter that I think we're going to kick that cat in particular, actually. That we're going to tentatively, we've got the Kickstarter for issue number 1 of Crossover scheduled for November 1st. That may shift a little bit as friends launch around the same time. You know, we'll try to coordinate that. But the cover to our what I'm calling the 1/2 issue turned out beautiful. It's just awesome. I shared it with the newsletter last night. So, yep, I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
So see if you want updates on all Will's projects and everything you ever wanted to know about Marvel Team Up 123. Subscribe to that newsletter.
You can subscribe at diaryofnight.com. There's also another link somewhere but there's a big subscribe button on Diary of Night, so that'll get you there. Plus, you get 2 free issues. So
nice. Yeah, go get some free stuff, people. All right. Thank you, everyone. Come back next time for the last Guardians of the Galaxy of the 90s, I think.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And like I said, that'll be straight Quasar for a couple months. Yay.
There was a several-year lull in the cosmic books before Annihilation.
Yeah. I think the big implosion kind of hurt that cosmic side of things.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Hurt a lot of them. All right, everyone. Come back next time. Who knows all? But remember, Quantum Zoners, hang those curtains.